Hello and welcome to another episode of the Construction Record Express. I'm digital media editor Warren Frey, and with me I have
Staff writer for the Journal of Commerce, Russell Hixson, back at the East Vancouver studio once again.
on the eve of another heat wave, but for now we're doing okay.
Yeah, it's going to be 36 on Thursday, it says. It's not good.
It's going to be ugly. Ugly. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Given that horrific prophecy, I guess, what have you been working on this week?
Yeah, I just interviewed these people who run like a remote work camp in the north for an oil and gas project, an energy project, and they are using this app instead of having like signage everywhere that talks about, here's what we're serving this week, or here's the schedule for the golf simulator, or there's wildlife in this area, we need to avoid it. All the alerts, all the information is put onto this app that the roughly like 4,000 workers on this site can download, and then they can plan out what they want to buy at from the store. They can plan out what activities they want to do. They can find out what movies they're going to be screening, what kind of darts or pool or whatever kind of games are having tournaments and things like that, and it's all through this app. And it's pretty cool, and they're looking at doing it at other sites, and it's also great for COVID because things like checking out and checking in can be done through the app, so it kind of minimizes the amount of people you have to have face-to-face contact with. So I'm going to be going into that for an article that I'm writing that should be out soon.
That sounds a lot like, but more of when you go to a conference, so they have all the agenda on it and all the rest of that stuff and interactive elements. This kind of sounds like that, but almost geofenced. So if an alert's popping up when you're in a certain area because there's wildlife, that.
Well, no, it's not popping. It's just like stuff like alerts, like they had, like an earthquake recently, and like for things like that, like if you need to immediately get everyone's attention, you can push notifications.
Okay.
If that day they have like newsletters and things, if there's certain safety information or certain activities are changing on site, and also you can tailor it. So you can put down your preferences. Like let's say you're vegetarian, it'll tell you what, it'll filter out any meat dishes, and it'll only tell you where they're serving vegetarian dishes and things like that because they use tags. It's pretty cool.
Which makes a lot of sense when you're in a remote work camp and you get there and I'm vegetarian. Oh, we've got nothing but meat. So that gets around that, really.
Well, yeah, and the person that I interviewed said, people are coming here, they're spending several weeks, and they want them to have a nice time and be comfortable and make it as easy as possible for them to have a good time and be able to do good work.
Okay, thanks, Russ. And in the East, Daily Commercial News staff writer Don Wall recently wrote on the advances in proptech, or property technology, a concept in the real estate industry that includes contech or construction tech. A new international report from the Urban Land Institute and the law firm Goodwin says proptech is becoming a key driver of competitiveness in the real estate industry, and especially within the last 3 years, it is seeing significant growth in the development, construction, and architecture subsectors. The report is titled PropTech, Changing the Way Real Estate is Done, and it was released in July. Dawn talked to PropTech lawyer Minta Kay. She's the chair of Goodwin's Real Estate Industry Group and co-head of its PropTech group. She said, quote, "The rates of adoption of technology within the real estate sector have accelerated tremendously. They've gotten to a point where I think things have tipped, if you will, such that very large institutions who were slow to consider adopting are moving very, very quickly now to adopt. The industry has finally realized, in my view, that this was unavoidable," unquote. And Daily Commercial News staff writer Angela Gismondi spoke to sisters C.K. DesGrosseilliers and Michelle Fitch about the death of their brother Timothy DesGrosseilliers on a construction site in September 2017. The incident occurred at the site of the University of Toronto Centre for Engineering, Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Timothy, an elevator technician, was killed after being pinned by a piece of falling equipment while he was working in the elevator shaft. After being delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the inquest was held last year. If you'd like to hear more of TCR Express or the Construction Record Podcast's Friday episodes, you can listen to us on Amazon Music, Spotify, or Apple Music, or on the Daily Commercial News or Journal of Commerce websites. Thanks for listening, everybody.